Click below to watch the original Sins video or to buy Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Hey guys, due to iMovie being a piece of shit related reasons, there's no Sin counter today. Thank you for your understanding.
Are you still excited by this? Because that means you didn't see the last movie.
Even assuming that everyone watching this did in fact hate the last movie, that still makes Star Wars a franchise with one bad movie and 3 good movies. There's no reason that one bad movie should taint your opinion of this movie.
The third paragraph of this crawl is about the exciting action of voting.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like, is this really a sin?
He's just returned from a border dispute on Ancion.
He and Anakin were able to take care of that border dispute.
He never said they took care of the border dispute. He simply said they were there.
He and Anakin were able to take care of that border dispute all by themselves.
He never said they were by themselves. He still just said they were there.
He and Anakin were able to take care of that border dispute all by themselves. Not only amazing, but not filmed, to show us how that works.
Yes, things happen off-screen. A character has a full life, and a good movie is rarely over 3 hours. We can't be shown everything that happens to a character. I mean, what would you have preferred Mace to say? Ah yes, Obi-Wan and Anakin have just been doing fuck all since the last movie, because they didn't want to do anything cool if no one was going to be around to see it.
I haven't felt you this tense since we fell into that nest of Gundarks.
That sounds exciting. Let's watch that instead of this.
You know what else sounds exciting? Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme being pitched against 3 giant monsters in a fight to the death in an arena, followed by a rescue attempt where dozens of Jedi fight side by side against a huge army of droids, followed by a gunship chase, which is then followed by a fucking duel with Count fucking Dooku featuring motherfucking Yoda. If we could see that, that would be truly exciting. Wait a second. Is that the plot of this movie? You know what? You can go ahead and watch Anakin tripping over into a nest if you want, but I'm gonna stay here and watch this. Also, I've just realised if you smush Anakin and Padme's names together like the internet likes to do, it's anime, which, is a thing.
And he'll always be that little boy I knew on Tatooine.
If I was a maternal figure to George Lucas, I would be scared.
I don't think she liked me watching her.
Yeah, would anybody? Especially someone who basically led Dick first during the introductions a minute ago?
The mental image I just got from taking that literally was absolutely hilarious. Thank you, Jeremy.
I've got a gun that can fire with utmost accuracy, but I'll shoot the probe and let gravity decide this.
Are we sure from what we saw of her view that she was actually aiming at the probe instead of Obi-Wan? Because I don't think we are.
I hate it when he does that.
You did the exact same thing a minute ago! Do you remember crashing through the glass after a fucking flying probe?
Those are distinctly different actions.
You wanna buy some death sticks?
What a creative name for a thing.
You want to go home and rethink your life?
I want to go home and rethink my life.
This is the only time Jedi mind tricks ever work. Once with a stormtrooper in the first movie, and with this drug dealer in the 5th movie.
So it's not the only time.
It was a bounty hunter called.
You see that dart that just got shot into the changeling's neck? That dart is one of the most stupid plot holes in this entire movie. First of all, the fact that the dart was from Kamino instead of Mandalore is a pretty big coincidence, since everything else that Jango has is fairly clearly Mandalorian. I'm a nerd. And secondly, that dart is apparently enough to track down Jango Fett himself. That should not be enough information to track down a person, especially not a person like Jango who clearly doesn't want to be found. I mean, where the dart is from shouldn't really have any ties to where Jango lives, should it? I mean, he clearly travels all over the place and clearly knows what he's doing. The origin of the dart should really only tell you where his favourite weapons manufacturer is. So it's a huge coincidence that Obi-Wan is able to track him down to Kamino with that. And on top of that, Obi-Wan has tracked him down to Kamino. That's an entire fucking planet. How is he going to find him with just an entire planet to search? I mean, I know he does find him, but should he be able to? Probably not.
The boy has exceptional skills.
But he still has much to learn, Master.
Somehow, between the last movie and this one, Obi-Wan and the Jedi Council have completely reversed their roles on the idea of Anakin as a Jedi.
Yes, how dare people change their opinions within the space of 10 years? Especially when within those 10 years they've been consistently getting new information. Nothing should have happened off-screen, everything should just be exactly the same as it was at the end of the last movie.
Don't do anything without first consulting either myself or the Council.
Especially f***ing this queen, you hear?
Especially fucking this senator, you hear? Remember how she's a senator now? I mean, I specifically remember you complaining about her being a senator now earlier in this video, so I'm fairly sure you know. Hank, can we maybe show the clip? Okay, yeah, here's a clip of Jeremy complaining that Padme is a senator now.
Senator Amidala, please.
How does one go from queen to senator? Do you have to renounce your bloodline's claim to the throne? Is senator actually a higher office than queen to this society? I'm so confused.
You see, I told you complained about it earlier.
This is a library, right? And it looks like everything is digital, so why the need for large stacks of blue everywhere?
Maybe it's to store the digital information.
Cause someone erased it from the archive memory.
Oh, come on. So let me get this straight. Just on the off chance someone was looking for this planet for whatever reason, someone decided to erase it from the archives. And why would anyone be looking for this planet? Except when someone finds a rare poison dart that only the chef at a diner could recognize. Also, they removed the planet, but they didn't remove anything else that might help someone locate it? That gives you, like, the opposite effect of what you're trying to accomplish, right? You might as well put a neon sign there that said planet removed for incriminating purposes.
Good sin. 10 out of 10.
I heard they even tried to amend the Constitution so you could stay in office.
She was a queen, though, right? Not an elected official. Or does this planet just elect people and call them queens?
Based on the fact that in the last movie they say they elected their queen, I would give that question a firm yes. Also, the fact that I'm saying that doesn't mean that I'm any more on board with the elected queen than Jeremy is. I'm just saying that this isn't a question he should still have at this point.
There it is, R4.
Yep, the planet we've probably seen for many, many parsecs because it is a huge celestial body in space. I am just now acknowledging that I see it.
You wouldn't be able to see a planet from even 1 parsec away. Parsecs are fucking huge. Also, did he not just come out of hyperspace, meaning that all he saw up to this point was just a load of whizzy blue shit?
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Never a more eloquent word was spoken in order to woo a fine woman.
I don't think I've ever added a sin for something like this before, but that right there was just some wasted potential. What you just sinned there was one of the most infamously bad lines in the whole of film history, and the only sin you could come up with was just sort of generic and meh.
Everything in the background of this shot is some bullshit people should be ashamed of.
What? Why?
They'll do their job well.
A whole army of Jango Fett's, and somehow the bad guys are going to lose this thing.
It's really not an army of Jango Fett's. It's an army of people who are identical to Jango Fett. Clones are genetically identical, but that's the end of it. A clone may be as different from their original host as, say, a twin from their other twin.
They'll do their job well.
A whole army of Jango Fett's, and somehow the bad guys are going to lose this thing.
No, they're not going to lose. They win. Have you not seen Revenge of the Sith? The bad guys and their Jango Fett army fuck shit up. And that's the end of part 1. I'll be doing part 2 eventually, so keep an eye out for that. When part 2 is out, I'll link it on screen now. And instead of an end screen and end segment today, I've got something a little bit different. First of all, click the link on the left to watch the Star Wars Sin Sins playlist. I personally think all these videos work best when watched in order. And secondly, since I didn't manage to make an end segment for today, click the link on the right to see a playlist. I started YouTube in 2009, and since then I've uploaded some fairly cringy things. So this is a playlist of the very worst and most cringy things I've ever uploaded, probably between about the ages of 9 and 12. This is punishment to myself for not making an end segment. Normally, I like to encourage that you watch the content I'm promoting, but this time, please don't watch this.